Lydia Kerns, Lydia, what was your favorite interview? What has your favorite interview been so far this week? And I think that, we haven't really gotten to interview a lot of the guys one-on-one. You get, obviously, the coaches in each of the rooms. You get the players, and you kind of get to walk around. But we were fortunate enough to get some, folks from the SEC Network and ESPN to come up and chat with us for a little bit. And, one person I really enjoyed talking to and listening to his thoughts was Paul Feinbaum. We hear him a lot, obviously, on his show throughout the week. But trying to get more in a candid situation, giving his opinion on sort of where he thinks the league is going. He obviously gave a great voice on Alabama's dominance as well. And, who's the most likely suitor to knock Alabama off this season if that does, in fact, happen.
Yeah, I mean, our job is to tell interesting stories. So when we go into an interview and all it is somebody reciting cliches and coach speak and the same old stuff that you expect to hear, that's not really of any use to us. We don't get a big kick out of talking to a guy that we watch play football every Saturday, so that doesn't do much for us. We want people who understand what an interesting story sounds like, and Paul Feinbaum made his entire career off of building a narrative around Alabama and Auburn football every year. He's the best that he's possibly the best that there's ever been at doing that, at least for Alabama and Auburn fans. He understands what interests them and what eats away at them and what makes them mad. So he's always an interesting guy to talk to about Alabama and Auburn. As far as coaches, though, we talked about the little moment Nick Saban had. It was funny, whatever. I think the most interesting coach that we heard from this week, the coach interview that surprised me the most, I guess, was Gus Malzahn.
It was,
and
yeah.
I think it was just because I remember his first time coming to media days, how stiff he was, how unwilling to say anything about his team that he was. He was so much more relaxed. He was loose. He seems to know how to work a crowd a little bit better. He was trying to have moments of levity. That's a very different Gus Malzahn than we saw 2 or 3 years ago. And I think some of it is confidence from doing it over and over again. He's getting a little bit more comfortable being a fifth-year head coach now. And I think some of it, too, is he legitimately has faith in his team. I don't think he's nervous or insecure at the level that he was a few years ago. I think that he certainly has a lot to prove to his fans this year, but I think he seems confident about it, and that's going to make you more comfortable when you're on the podium.
Absolutely, and I think that coming in, in years past, obviously when Jeremy Johnson was walking around the hallways and everybody hyped him up as the Heisman Trophy hopeful. And, I know Gus Malzahn doesn't want to throw out all these, hopeful things, but I do agree with you. I think that he, referenced 2013, and obviously that was the year they were runner-up in the national championship game to Florida State. But I think what was interesting about kind of his take and his personality and persona in this is he really truly believes that this team is it's not that he thinks this team is a 2013 team, it's their hunger and their want to be out there and doing this. And that's kind of what he reiterated yesterday in his press conference, because everybody's like, well, what do you mean by 2013? Is this another one of your typical, sell your team like they're the national championship contenders?
Right.
And so he kind of reiterated and explained that. But I do think that he has a lot more confidence in his team. And, maybe he's probably listened to some of the criticisms over the years of him, and maybe he's starting to kind of open up a little more. Last year he had the media over to his house because he's so closed off to everybody. So I think it's kind of interesting to see how these coaches evolve as they come through media days and comparing them from year 1 to 2 to 3 and now 5 years.
We've watched our little Gus is all grown up.
All grown up. Aw, awesome. All right, that's it. That's it for questions. Thank you so much for watching. And, of course, you can get all your SEC Media Day coverage, a wrap-up. We've got our list of the SEC media picks on there, the all SEC teams.
You can see how wrong that will be in 4 months.
Absolutely. We're always wrong or right. I don't know why I said that. All right, awesome. Thanks so much. We appreciate you.